Hello world, it is Monday, April 17th, 2023, and looking out the window at Defiance, it's kind of windy out, cool this morning. I think the temperature is only going to be in the 40s, and then in a couple of days it's going to be in the 80s again. You probably get tired of me saying weird weather, but this whole year has just been strange. The devotion for today is entitled, All Things Are Ready. Bring What You Have, written by Vicky Kemper. And Vicky bases the devotion upon the Gospel of John, chapter 21, verses 9 through 12. When they had gone ashore, they saw a charcoal fire there with fish on it and bread. Jesus said to them, Bring some of the fish that you have just caught. So Simon Peter went aboard and hauled the net ashore. Jesus said to them, Come and have breakfast. And then Vicky writes, Grill chef Jesus, recently risen from the dead, had all he needed to make a hearty breakfast for his grieving friends. He wanted to both comfort and empower them to feed their souls from his own hand, just as he had done with the bread and the wine at their Last Supper together. In the pre-dawn darkness, he had scrounged together some bread and fish, and then he had gone to the beach, built a fire, and placed the food over the coals, just so. While the food was grilling, he watched his heartbroken friends, at sea in every sense, searching for solace in the old ways, but coming up empty, literally. Jesus shouted to them to cast their net on the other side of the boat, and then he waited as they struggled to drag their abundant catch to the shore. By the time they arrived, breakfast was ready. Jesus had plenty of fish, grilled to perfection, and still he told them to bring some of the fish they had just caught. Why? Because when who we are is acknowledged, when what we have is desired, we remember that, whatever our situation or status, we have something to offer, something the world needs. Because when we bring all of who we are to the table, both we and the meal are richer for it. And Vicky's prayer. All-sufficient God, thank you for inviting me to share my gifts. Amen. Well, for me, this devotion is a reminder that, sometimes, or what made me think of, what I thought of during this devotion was sometimes when we do service projects or mission projects, we feel like we have to do all the work, and the people we're helping have nothing to bring to the table, when in fact they do. And sometimes what better way to acknowledge their gifts and their lives than to invite them to share, not just in what we are giving, but to share in the community event together. Sometimes I think that's part of the Habitat for Humanity. When they build a house, they typically have the prospective homeowner help with the work, invest their own time. You build community and working alongside one another. And it becomes something about community building rather than just providing something for someone else. Because sometimes I think when we work to provide something for someone else, it can tend to be more about us, making us feel better. But in fact, when we're serving someone else and invite them to help alongside us, it helps them find their value and their worth as well, and not just our own. So that's anyway what I was thinking of as I was reading this devotion. Maybe you get something different from it. But I hope you have a good day. Hope you stay warm today, at least until a couple of days from now when it's going to be 80. And hope to talk to you soon.